Hi guys, I'm Matt here at the International 2014 playoffs. I'm joined here by Sing Sing from Cloud9, and we're at the end of day 3, and you've actually successfully positioned yourself in the 6th place. How are you guys feeling at the moment?
Fucking great.
That's a good answer. Obviously, it's been a long 3 days, so how's your international experience been overall, like in terms of, has it been very up and down, or?
It's been pretty good. I think, yeah, well, obviously, every time we lost, it was pretty down. Everyone was feeling sad. Especially the last day, I was pretty angry at myself for not performing well.
So, in terms of how it's all played out, you're now going on to phase 3 in the top 6 position, which means you're going to get to the main event regardless of what happens now. But you'll now face against either the winner between Team Liquid and LGD. Who are you expecting to face from those two, or are you really not sure?
I have no idea. I hope Liquid, because I feel a lot more comfortable against them.
And obviously that stage is a best of 3. How does a best of 3 compare to the best of 1 that we've seen here in the group stage?
Best of 3s are quite different. I'm not quite sure how to say how they're different.
Can you start predicting what they're going to do in the next game, or is it getting that momentum advantage, like win one game, you feeling good?
Well, against Liquid, it's definitely going to be one of those morale boosts. Like Liquid, when they lose one game, they can be very down for the second game and third if there's one.
And is that just a case of they start questioning themselves in the head, like, oh, did we make the right choice or anything? Or
I think it's more just Team Dismal. They just I think they stop talking and stuff, and then the entire game for them, all of them are silent or something. That's what I've been hearing. Anyway.
You've been on a lot of teams. Is that something you've experienced in the past as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's not uncommon at all that teams just go completely dead silent when games aren't going well, or just people stop liking each other or something. Just small things like that can turn into really big things.
I imagine that's probably one of the worst things that can happen in a game like Dota, where there's so much going on.
Yeah, definitely. Communication is key in this game. One of many keys.
And your team has obviously had a lot of boot camps going on. And was it? I think you've had leading up to the international, obviously ESL, DreamHack, and all these other events. You had about 3 boot camps now, roughly. How's that been going?
They've been going great. We have 2 great boot camps from Logitech. One of them was in the Logitech office in Stockholm as well, and the second one, we had another one. We were provided laptops by Alienware, so it's a great help. We didn't have to wait for PCs to arrive or anything. We just used the laptops to play on them. And then, of course, Via Gaming provided another bootcamp for us in Stockholm. They were both, all 3 of them were great.
Yeah. And it's really nice to see that. Obviously, sponsors have been a huge part there helping you out. It just takes another thing you have to worry about off your mind.
Yeah, they just took care of us, and all we had to do was just play the games. It's really simple.
As an organisation, Cloud9, I imagine this is the happiest you've been in Dota 2 in a long time.
Well, yeah, this is the biggest paycheck I'm getting. I don't think any tournament I've gotten here's 100K for fucking 8th place.
Yeah. Well, actually, 8th place in the main event is now $500,000. So, that kind of is that your year's work done? Does that justify everything you've had to work for this year?
It definitely is. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop here and be content or anything. I'm aiming for #1, but aiming for #1 is never that realistic, because I think once you get to the top 4 bracket, it's going to be 50-50 for any team that reaches that place.
Yeah. And looking towards phase 3, you're going to obviously face the winner of Liquid or LGD. If you beat that team, you move on to face against DK. You met in a best of 1 and things didn't go your way, but in a best of 3, how do you think you'll compare against DK?
I think it's going to be about the same. The games against DK are almost completely going to be dependent on drafts. So yeah, it can go either way.
And it's actually weird because you're in 6th place in the standings. The team above you is Na'Vi. The way it played out is obviously you guys beat Titan and Liquid, so you placed above them, and then Na'Vi had beaten you, so they placed above you. They actually have to face up against potentially IG, and also the winner between Titan and Newbie. Do you feel like 6th place is kind of like a bonus for you guys almost? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, for us, I think it is, because I think we have an easier time against DK than against IG, and we definitely have an easier time against LGD or Liquid than Newbie. And I think Newbie is going to take Titan, just a hunch.
So what's the plan for the rest of the week? Obviously, we're going to be making the transition over to Seattle for the main event. Are you guys going to try and Is it a case of watching replays or maybe practicing in the Alienware scrim area here? Or
We're gonna watch replays, check out the silly mistakes we made, of course. Other than that, we're gonna play pub games. I'm gonna play pub games tonight still, and then scrims, definitely scrims.
you mentioned pub games. I see a lot of pro players here playing pub games. Even like, team goes and loses, they'll jump straight in a pub match. What is it you get out of a pub game?
Just mostly just stay sharp.
Yeah, it's just pure practice.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you ever find yourself picking up any weird tactics in pub games? Like, oh, I've just seen this work. What the hell? I didn't expect that.
Only item builds mostly. Sometimes skill builds, but usually skill builds I have them ready beforehand, before playing the hero. But item builds they definitely come from pub games.
And here in Bellevue, Valve have obviously been taking care of it. You get to play here, you get to stay in this hotel. It makes it a lot easier for you guys, and you're flying pretty early. Have you, this year, playoffs is a bit more open. Obviously, the VIPs are here. Have they been pretty considerate? I know you have quite a huge fan base.
The VIPs here, they haven't bothered, I think, anyone at all. They're just here watching the games. Sometimes the guy comes up and is like, hey man, can I take a picture of you? It's alright. I don't mind. It's great. Like, this event is very relaxing.
That's good. And I imagine once you move all the distractions out of the way, it's probably the best environment for all the teams, and that's when we truly get the best daughter.
Yeah, definitely.
So, looking at the main event, $500,000 for 8th place. What is realistically like? Are you happy with? Is it a case of whatever you win, you're happy with, or is it like you want to win first place, obviously, but what's justifiable for you? Like a top 5, a top 8?
The place is not really the thing I'm aiming for. For me, it's more how well I can perform. Yeah. Like, I just want to play the best I can.
Yeah. And one of the factors here, the international, obviously it's a big event. A lot of teams blow up after the international. You've been witness to that plenty of times. Is that healthy for the scene, and the teams here?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, when these teams blow up and they reform, sometimes new players, they sneak into the new teams and you just get a bigger scene overall. But you also just have teams that stick together for such a long time and just poof, they're gone. I think we might see quite a lot of those this year as well.
How many teams do you expect to survive?
Top 3. I mean the top 3 of TI.
Only the top 3?
Yeah, probably. Maybe a random top 8 might survive.
And it has been a long day. I know you only had a couple games this morning and you were able to dodge the tiebreakers. So I'm going to let you wrap up. Say thanks to all your fans and sponsors and your team out there.
Yeah, a big shout out to Logitech, Alienware, the US Air Force Reserve and HyperX.
All right, thank you, Sing Sing. Best of luck for the rest of the tournament and stick with us here on Gamers. We're here all week. Thank you. Oof.
I need a UI. I need an adult.
I need an adult? Okay.
I definitely need an adult here.
Okay, there you go. Sing Sing needs an adult, and we're finishing here. So thanks. Stick with us here on Gamers. Plenty of action.